Cornerstone Billing Solutions mobile app is a wonderful tool for technicians out in the field to create, service, install, manage, and even get paid for the service work they do out in the field. But did you know that the Cornerstone mobile app is also designed for salespeople on your team to create quotes, view proposals, and close business quicker for your business to grow faster? Today, we're going to take a look at our quoting section in our mobile app to show you just how easy it is for your salespeople to create proposals and close them quickly. We'll begin by creating a quote here on our quote screen, and it gives us three options. We can create a quote from a template, from an existing quote, or from scratch. For example, with template, if we click and go next here, we can see that they are pre-designed and built so that I can use them over and over again with specific parts, conditions and warranties, optional items, terms, monitoring rates, and anything else that might be in there. This is ideal for teams that use packages to sell their business quicker, but you can also create from scratch, which is what we'll do here today to show you the full start to finish if they were creating something from the beginning. When they click next, it will prompt them to either search for a customer, and they can search by last name or address. They can also search by the status, client versus prospect versus old account. They could also search by residential or commercial. But if it is a new prospect that they are out in the field with doing a walkthrough, they can simply create prospect and build out the information. So in this case, this is the customer's last name, and we'll go ahead and put my name in and my first name. Phone number comes next, and we can choose what type of phone it is. This is important to put in as there is a texting feature built into both our mobile app and our lifecycle software. So by putting cell in, it will prompt the ability to text them in the future for things like service appointments, especially for this new install. Lastly, I can put an address in for my email so that I can get a copy of this proposal at the end when it is complete and ready to sign. From there, we simply click next and put in the customer's address. If there is tax codes that need to be added, you can simply add them here. We'll put exempt in this case, and then I can choose if it's a residential, commercial, or other type of account, as it could be medical, access control, video, and we can customize that area so that you can see exactly what you need to see. Now that we click next, it will ask us if we want to create this prospect in our software, which this app does communicate directly back to. So we will go ahead and create this new prospect. And now we can get into creating the quote. First, it'll verify that we do have the correct information for the customer. If we do not, we can simply click back, search them on the mobile app, and edit any information that we need to. Next, we do need to break down where the salesperson stands on this job. So we'll select quote type of burglar alarm system. We will say we have scheduled the appointment. We have submitted the proposal, as we will complete it here today. And we can say this is a closed lead, as we are going to sign for it today. Each of these types, status for lead, quote, and sales, is 100% customizable to your company, meaning that you can decide what the salesperson needs to put in each one of these. They are also searchable in the proposal software on the computer side of things. So you are able to search ones that have been submitted as a sales manager and see where things stand in terms of closing new clients. Once we click next, it'll go ahead and allow us to add in the parts for this proposal. I simply need to go to add item. I can search a part category, in this case for alarm, and I can search by part ID or description if I'd like to. If you click either one of them, it will show anything that I need here. So we could look at popular, for example, or we could look at everything that's under the part category alarm, which in this case, we are going to pull our burglar alarm kit out of inventory, as we can create kits in our software that will allow us to pull multiple parts at once. And so we could say the unit price is $700 for this kit, or if you have individual prices on the items that'll populate, you can put this as 0. You can also add notes that will populate over for both the invoice and the service ticket. And we'll put new install and click save. Once we add that burglar alarm kit, it will add all the parts we need for that install, and we will be able to see that here. So we do have some contacts, a keypad, and some motions. Your kit would be whatever you want it to be for yours, and this is just our example. So now that we've installed included our parts, we can go ahead and add different sections to the proposal. So right now I have quote sections for details, summary, payment terms, and acceptance. But if I did want to add a company overview, for example, I can add that in here. And all of these can be preloaded with phrases. Your sales rep will need to do nothing at this point. Things like quote details, quote summary, and payment terms will all auto-populate based on the defaults for your system. However, these can be edited if needed. Once we click submit, it will pull open our quote ID, and I will be able to review the information, including quote items on here to ensure that we have all parts included. I can also see my statuses, any additional contacts tied to it, and of course the main information. At this point, I am able to email the quote out to them, and that message can be customized to whatever you need it to say, and the customer will receive a PDF quote in their email instantly. From here, now that the quote has been fully created, you are able to get the signature from the customer if they approve of everything. We'll go ahead and sign that. And lastly, we can finally turn this into a service ticket for the scheduling team to schedule that technician, get them out in the field, and get this job installed, all while we're right in front of the customer. I simply need to accept this quote. I can create a service ticket like we previously mentioned. I can also create an invoice if they are to pay for this right away. In this case, we do want to do the install, so we're going to go ahead and create a service ticket. Once that is created, it will pull up the service ticket for me. And on the sales side, all I would really need to do is to notify the team that this needs to be scheduled. And I can simply do that by going into edit and setting the dispatch ticket to tech in my case, which lets them know that a tech needs to be assigned to this ticket. I can then save it and leave this up to the team. Depending on your workflow, they would be able to schedule a technician on here if they needed to. But in this case, we're going to go ahead and leave it up to the next step. Now that we're in here, we can simply back out of all the different quotes, go back to our dashboard, and that quote is done and ready for the team. Back on the software side, all information has been fed over from the mobile app to the office software in real time. So I am able to go in and see the accepted quote, as well as look up the dispatch status for tech, which means technicians do need to be assigned, and see that it is right here. From here, I can open the ticket as the scheduler, simply go to calendar, and move it to where it needs to be. So in this case, we can move it to myself at 8 a.m. today, drag out the time it needs to be there, so for 4 hours, close, and now it is scheduled to a technician, and service is off on their way, adding in information, creating POs, texting customer updates, whatever they may need to get the job done. It really is that simple with Cornerstone and proposals, especially on our mobile app. If you would like a full demo, you can give us a call at 224-577-1197 or email us at info@alarmbills.com. My name is Shay Tilton, Business Development Manager at Cornerstone, and I look forward to partnering with you soon.